I followed the development of Blasphemous 1 pretty religiously back in the day. The second I saw these gameplay snippets on YouTube during their Kickstarter campaign, the game floored me. Being a huge fan of both pixel art and symbolism in games, the art style drew me in instantly. This beautiful world was crafted by the team of The Game Kitchen, left me in awe when I first explored the melancholic, tortured, and deeply religious world of Custodia. And now returning to Custodia and Blasphemous 2, it felt no different. Familiar yet strange, welcoming yet horrifying. Just like Blasphemous 1, the sequel is a Metroidvania style game where you will travel a tightly designed open world uncovering crypts, opening ancient temples, charting untamed wilds, on a quest for penance in a world struggling under the terrible weight of the enigmatic and all-powerful divine miracle, whose influence quite literally transforms anything and everything around. You once again assume the role of the Penitent one who vowed silence a long time ago as penance. When the game starts, you will be presented with a weapon of choice, a powerful large flail, Veredicto, a fast rapier and dagger, Sarmiento in Centella, or the balanced sword Ruego al Alba, who most similarly plays like the sword Mea Culpa from the first game. I of course took the giant flail, which is an absolutely devastating weapon whose long reach and high damage more than makes up for its slow speed. Now in the end, the choice is but an illusion, as you will encounter and need the two other weapons, as all of them have a hidden ability to solve environmental puzzles. Veredicto can ring bells, whose sound will reveal paths and open barriers. Sarmiento and Centella can travel through light reflecting statues to reach hidden areas, and Ruego al Alba can destroy certain environments by crashing through them from heights. All three of these weapons feel good to play, especially once you start upgrading them, and you will start to find yourself switching weapons to deal with different encounters. Because the enemies in this game are relentless, and they are many. They're very aggressive, and it is on you to use that aggressive behavior to your advantage in any way possible, lest you will be swarmed and beaten to a pulp with no chance for escape. Damage is high in this game, and it can stack very easily as there is only a very short invulnerability window when hit, so getting stuck between some eldritch angels or some goddamn candelabra wielding skeletons relentlessly poking at you. Movement is satisfying, and once you start unlocking more abilities and chain them together to solve these environmental puzzles or to beat a really tough combat trial, you will really feel powerful and accomplished. And unlocking that potential happens in various ways. Firstly, you earn Tears of Atonement by defeating foes and discovering urns, and these tears are used as a currency for the various vendors in Custodia. But they're also counting as experience to unlock Marks of Martyrdom. And these Marks of Martyrdom are used to upgrade your weapons and upgrade your altar piece that apparently you carry on your back. Yes, you carry a whole altar on your back, on which there are up to 8 slots to place wooden figurines. And these figurines are found and earned in various ways, mostly through exploration and completing side quests. And when you equip these figurines, they will provide passive bonuses to your character. And there are quite a lot of figurines, there's a serious collection. All of these figurines will passively boost a certain aspect of the game. So it's on you to find this combination that really works for you and boosts your preferred playstyle. I, for example, went for a lot of ways to boost my Veredicto damage and ways to deal more miasma damage, as I really liked both of these things in the game. Now, the most interesting part, in my opinion, of this altar piece is that some figurines synergize when slotted next to each other, which will provide even more powerful bonuses. And discovering these synergies is very fun, and it promotes experimentation from the player, which I really enjoyed. For example, pairing two certain figurines will turn the fire of Veredicto when he's in his fire stance into miasma damage instead. Or another combination will make the fire stance of Veredicto into an explosive form, where every time you hit someone with a fire attack, fireballs will fly out to other enemies, which is all very cool. And there's so many more combinations to stumble on just by experimenting. Like, I haven't found even half of the possible combinations. I haven't even unlocked all the figurines. Like, I genuinely enjoyed the altar as a way to just fine-tune your own playstyle and try to discover more of these hidden synergies. So you will be using all these abilities, weapons and figurines to carve a path throughout these unknown lands in Custodia, encountering not only all kinds of powerful creatures to slay, but you will also meet your fellow unfortunate penitent souls that try to accept or make sense of whatever terrible curse or gift they have received by the grievous miracle. And these unfortunate souls, these penitent ones, they're always awesome visual set pieces in the game who will grant you these side quests that might present powerful gifts or more lore about this world. And it's this visual progression of these penitents while you continue on their side quests that are so terrible and honestly quite fascinating that sometimes they feel like a greater reward for your work than a mere trinket. It urged myself to finish these quests faster just to see how these unfortunate souls would end up rather than whatever reward I will get at the end of the quest line. And outside of these unlucky few, you of course will fight your way to the bosses of various dungeons. And as you might have guessed from this channel's name, boss fights are my favorite thing in gaming since ever. I'm always anxious and curious to see what terrible beings lie in wait at the end. For the most part, they do not disappoint. All of them are mechanically very engaging, and they will put your knowledge of the game to the test in their own ways. Especially the final boss will put you through a serious trial. The battles are striking and awesome, the arenas are beautiful and dangerous. A big upside from Blasphemous 1 is that these bosses at all times felt more relevant to the story. One downside, a very personal one maybe, was that there were far less absurd and terrifying monsters awaiting you at the other side. I really enjoyed some of these ridiculous fights of Blasphemous 1, where you could have floating hands accompanied by a disfigured face, a giant mummy being carried by numerous hands over an abyss, and other bizarre beings, better left unspoken. But it's the world of Blasphemous 2 where the game truly shines. Unearthing forgotten crypts accompanied by monolithic statues. Climbing crumbling towers. It doesn't matter where you're going or what you're doing, but the backdrops of every screen you pass is full of detail and storytelling. You might see the tower that you were looking for draw ever closer while you make your way through a forest. See silent shadows stalk you in the distance. Ruins of a time past. And it's all accompanied by beautiful, melancholic tracks performed with guitars, pianos, violins that elevate this otherworldly experience. It's this beauty of the grotesque and the decrepit, the serenity of death that permeates throughout the design of this intricate world that tightly and cleverly loops into itself, giving you this sense that this truly is a connected world you cleave yourself away through. I don't really like dishing out scores, but the pilgrimage of the Penitent one is one worthy of your time. Blasphemous 2, just as its predecessor, is a game rife with a love for symbolism, a love for world crafting, and a love for pixel art. And I highly recommend if you have any interest in Souls-likes, platformers, action games, that you check out this game. Both the game and the story itself, to me, are a masterpiece of their genre that everyone should enjoy and discover.